Go ahead.
Last Trinity, we did a segment of material about Tau turning down Spurs. You press the don't care button a million times.
Oh my God.
I pressed the Don Robbie button. Wait a minute button like a million times.
I forgot about
Today.
that.
He's gone Spurs.
Gone
After
Spurs.
joking about them, we've turned into the joke. And in the space of the last 30 minutes or so, just before we've gone live here, clearly Man United have gone to all of the journos, because the journos, the relationships they've gone. You getting anyone? You expecting to do any business? And they've got no incomings, nothing happening this evening. And now they've basically reframed the entire January window by suggesting that, well, this window was actually more about getting our house in order.
Yesterday, Ruben sent a message upstairs to Ineos, get me somebody. That was a strong message. He put Kobe, he basically dropped Xerxes, dropped Rasmus Højlund and said, these two strikers cannot help me. But listen, if Man United was to really back the manager, as they're supposed to do, if Man United was supposed to back the manager, he should have got someone on loan. I remember I was saying, be creative. I never forget that there was a red carpet that I was doing. And I was like, I don't care what happens. We have to be creative and bring people in. And I wasn't talking about start buying everyone. I'm just talking about getting the right bodies. Man United need a few players that can help out because we have two strikers that don't cut it. Unfortunately, they do not cut it. And yesterday was an indication. We saw what Mateta did to us. And there's a lot more of that in the Premier League. And it's a crying shame. And the simple matter is that our first game in the Premier League will be against Spurs. Watch this guy score. Or it could be we could meet them in the Europa League. If they say that we didn't get through and it was a 5 million, because it was a 5 million loan fee we're hearing, that's what they're bulking off. But you're telling me right now that the money that you saved off Anthony going, the money that you saved off Rashford going, you didn't have anything in the coffers to manage that. This guy gets paid 96,000 a week euros. There's no way that shouldn't be an issue. With all the cuts and everything you've been doing, you should have been giving Amorim the best chance to succeed. And I think it's going to get harder for him.
But what's really crazy is the fact that... Go on.
Go ahead.
No, go on. Hot take, let's go.
All right. I'll take it. I don't really care about the Tau deal. I don't really mind that much. When I heard he was going to Spurs, that genuinely doesn't actually bother me that much because I wasn't convinced that he was... When it's like, put it this way, when the announcement came, the report came out yesterday after the game, it was like the full-time whistle went, and it was like, how to get in Tau. At the time, me and KG, both of us, didn't we? Sort of went, but it's not probably really what we need, is it? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's, comes off the left. He's a young guy as well. I'm not sure if you put Tau in that team, suddenly we're going to be scoring loads of goals. I don't really care that much about that. I care more about the wider picture, and I worry more for Ruben because I go, unless this was explicitly told for him when he came in, I think if you said to him, last December when Rashford was like, I'm going to leave, and he has subsequently left, I guarantee he would have been like, well, then we'll get in an attacking option, or I'll get a striker because I need a striker. If you told him that it's just going to be left wing back in January, and I suppose a centre back who's 18, he would have been like, shit.
It does hit different. And look, a few minutes ago, Samuel Luckhurst, whether it's a briefing, well, it will be. Man United have prioritised their summer budget by deciding against attacking addition in the winter, paving the way for a major striker signing in the close season. So that briefing literally tells us right there, guys, we didn't do anything now because when we get to the summer, I know this is like a KG-ism, but I'm hearing the word Jokeres there, or I'm hearing the word Osimhen there. I'm hearing the word, the marquee nine. Yeah, it's as examples, but that briefing reads, I'll read it once again. Man United have prioritized their summer budget by deciding against an attacking addition in the winter, paving the way, making room for, a major striker signing in the close season. So they're basically saying, we're not doing the sins of the past. We couldn't get anyone that's, tangible right now. We're going to do the major overhaul in the summer. And shout out my good friend Scott Saunders, good journalist. Scott Saunders used to be at 90 Minutes. He also tweeted something that I thought was interesting. He said, Everybody says don't make the sins of the past. These are like alternative takes that are just for us to kind of mull on. Everyone says don't repeat the sins of the past, this, that, and the other. So Ineos tighten up the spending and don't do anything stupid. And everyone's calling it Glazeronomics. Like, which one do we want? We say, like, don't just throw money away. Don't just throw money at stuff, this, that, and the other. And basically, the club's saying that that's what they're doing. Now, my pushback to that is also with this Tell thing. See, I was the opposite to you, Owen. When I found out, maybe because I was sitting next to Abby at the time and I was live on DR and AGT's gone, Romano Bomba, Matisse Tell. And I've gone, what? Please say it. And he's gone, yeah, he's agreed a bit, and he's gone Spurs. So maybe in the moment, I've gone, what the fuck? How? But I'll be honest, I'm still like, how has that happened, though? Because if we do the timeline of the Tell thing, he's rejected Spurs on a permanent, and Bayern Munich have accepted that because it's the best part of 60 million euros. Spurs put that down permanent. They wanted him permanent, right? He makes Daniel Levy come out there and says, no. He says, no, I don't want to come to you. Then it's Arsenal at the table and Man United at the table. We see that Man United have asked for Tell twice. They've put 2 offers in. They want just loan. Tell's agreed, wants to come to us. We're told by all the big wigs, yeah. And he says, and basically Bayern are like, nope, it doesn't meet our requirements because basically we saw that Tottenham are asking for, like, they're actually going to give us peas for him. What I don't understand is how Spurs have basically come in with the same thing as us after he told them no, which is a straight loan to the end of the season. I'm just asking, what has changed?
If we don't qualify for Europe, Man United will be in trouble. Like, I want to know what the outlay is. If we get into Europe, they always say Europe's really important. Do we have enough players? Do we have enough cover? And another thing that doesn't wash well with me is that all the briefing was before is the only way we can bring someone in is if Rashford goes. Rashford hasn't played in this team for how many games? 11 games plus? So you're now telling me that there should have been a plan for somebody else if whatever happens to Rashford. When we was light, it was down on players, and Rashford got back into the team against Newcastle. Flex was like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe he's there, this, that, and the other. Amorim had to put him in because he needed the body. It wasn't the situation was fixed or everything was fine. So you're telling me we can't promise that's not going to happen. If we now lose Ahmad, if we lose Ahmad and Garnacho, we are stuffed.
We're already stuffed, even just with them.
Yeah, because even, and it's not like it's a great thing, but if we lose Ahmad and Garnacho, we've already, and I know Anthony wasn't giving us anything, but he was someone that could come in and run and try and do something. That we've lost 2 attackers. Now, understand where you knew Rashford wasn't coming back. They had to do their job. They had to do their darndest hardest to find someone. I know it's talking about the Kolo Muani thing. There was all these players that was, Man United interested in a few. Then there was that thing of maybe we might not get Tell. We want some experience. Man United on the phone today are talking about trying to bring in Nkunku. So let's not give them the whole, oh no, you know what? We just wanted to be better than we were running before because this, that, and the other. You're talking about want to be better than you were before is, well, why have that strategic review, then sack the manager anyway? Why chase your whole time trying to bring in Dan Ashworth and then get rid of him anyway? Look at the decisions that you guys have made, and this has to be money. You have to pay these guys off. Why bring in Amorim and say, hey, you know what? I know your style of play is completely different to the players we got, but we're not going to give you the things you need. We're not going to expect you. I said it like this earlier. It's like, listen, get into a Nigerian restaurant and expected Italian food. What the hell are you doing in there, bro? You're telling him to change into something that he isn't. He can't do that. This is who he is. You saw me. The reason why he's attracted to me as I was is because of what you saw me doing there. You've now brought me to your spot and said, change everything about you. And we expect you to win games because we're Man United. But the last guy you sacked, he couldn't win the games. And these are his players.
I'm actually even thinking after that. And this is where I get a little bit of fear around if he doesn't marginally improve, even with what he's got, right? Because when we get to the summer, let's have it right, bro. Let's be real. We're going to have a large percentage of these players still. We're not going to have money from Europe. Unless we win the Europa League, you never know. But likeliness is, we'll be able to make a couple of big signings. This marquee striker they're saying, Giovanni Quenda's been spoken about already. We can do some stuff. But guess what? People like Dallo, Shaw, is anyone going to buy him? Probably not. You know, Rasmus will still be here, probably, maybe.
Casemiro will be gone.
Casemiro will probably go.
I think one of those two strikers will be gone. I think
one of those.
But to be fair, when it comes to that, though, we would have said that previously about Rashford, wouldn't we? Have gone, who's going to pick him up? And someone has, in fairness. Now, whether or not Villa pick him up permanently, they activate that buy option, we'll see. What really does hurt all of this today, what really does hurt it all, is the result yesterday. Let's be honest. It's not helped the result yesterday and the performance.
It never helps when you lose.
And actually, the team he picked yesterday has not helped situations either. Because had we won yesterday, and once again, this is hypothetical FC, which I don't like, but had we won yesterday, we'd be coming in today going, it's not ideal, but we've been winning games recently. We'll get to the end of the season, whatever. But not only have we lost again at home, but he's picked a team which highlights the deficiencies that he has, which is, I've got two strikers, they're rubbish. I'm playing Cobby up front, even though I've just actually found a better position for him. So it highlights that. So then when that comes into today of we're not getting anyone, the player that we were linked to, he's actually ended up going to Spurs. Like it's not helping things. And again, this is when I go back to, I don't mind. I genuinely, I'm not doing the outrage of like, it's a disgrace. We haven't brought anyone in for him. He's been hung out to dry, blah, blah, blah. I don't mind that as long as it's acknowledged within the club, the position that we are in, and you're not going to make these rash decisions moving forward. But I don't necessarily trust those people to not make those rash decisions. That's my worry.
Well, here's a bit there. Sorry, KG, on the thing. What's his name? Luckhurst. Another bit of briefing of what's in this article. Senior Man United sources insist the hierarchy and Ruben Amorim are pleased with United's winter business. Now, obviously, straight away, you go, briefing, there's no way Amorim's happy with this shit. Impossible. He literally played without a striker the other day. So he's not happy. The club believe Diego Leon, who's obviously coming back in the summer, Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven are high potential recruits for the long term who have not commanded high fees. So Luckhurst would have been told that directly, probably from the press officer, Andrew. Let's be real. That's what would have gone out, right? So the club is trying to, and here's the thing now. Owen's alluding to it about not going off, but then the other side is, do you trust Ineos? We do have two options here. Go down the route of the thing that we all said, which KG, you're big on this, what we said we'd sign up to with this. Eric's leaving. I remember you saying it many, many, many times with the little unwritten contract thing.
Yeah.
I want to hear this disgruntlement of understand what this will be. You sign up to it, take all the licks, take all the pain for the bigger vision. You know what I mean? Amorim also telling us in pressers after we won 4-0 against Everton, we will come in the storm. This 4-0, no. Amorim telling us after Arsenal and Liverpool, nope, I'm going to learn more about these against Southampton. I can see. I'm telling you lot what I'm seeing. And it's coming to fruition. So we either sign up to that and say, again, I hate the free pass term, but it is that to say, listen, bro, just do the cups. Don't worry about the league. It's over. We're going to finish 14th, 15th anyway.
41 points.
41 points. Focus on the cups and get to the summer. Or get this in between or maybe left side of like, well, you can't just keep losing, big man. You've got to do something. You've got to show something. You've got to improve something, even marginally, or this, that, and the other.
How?